Hey guys, it's Connor O'Reilly here, part of Team Latitude 64, and I'm excited to announce that I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel, and this will be my first video. Here I've got a practice round that I played a couple weeks ago, right before all the quarantine stuff got a little crazy. Out here at the beautiful Roy G. Guerrero disc golf course, and we're playing the long tees today, so hope you guys enjoy.
Alright guys, let's step right on into it. Hole 1 at Roy G is a par 4, 720 feet. Off the tee, you really just want to try to push it as straight as you can. If you can finish left some, that's a bonus. Reaching on my Opto recoil here. This one's a little flippier. Popped it pretty flat there. Got it to push out. A little straighter than I'd like, but that plays. Second shot, throwing sidearm with my Opto Pioneer. Chip it right up in front of the basket. Tapping in for the birdie. Hole 1 is definitely a hole you want to grab to start. Hole 2, 339, bends slightly right to left the whole way. I'm reaching for a getaway, trying to pop it on some hyzer. I like my angle out of my hand, but I push it a little wide, and I kick off a tree down the hill a little bit. Got a long 60, 70 foot bid with I bust out the deputy, try to get a little extra straight flight on it, but end up being a little too straight. Tap in for the par. On to hole 3, one of the more challenging par 3s on the course, if not the most. Par 3, 444. You really just have to pipe a shot on a laser line and try to get it as far as you can. I'm hitting on a gold line recoil there, push it a little more to the right than I'd like, but I end up with a look, which is about all you can regularly play for in this hole without being greedy. Put that one a little long, so I've got my first tester of the round. Make sure to do my pump fakes, take my time, take every putt serious. Clean up the par, move on. On to hole 4, always a pleasure to throw. From the long box it plays 378. I'm taking my compass here, trying to give it the right height and just get it slightly set over so it's working left to right the whole way. Anytime I can get into the circle on this hole, I'm very happy. Here we are, edge of circle, another tester putt. Make sure to do my routine, take my time. Clean release. 2 down through 4. Alright, hole 5, par 4, 850 feet, and it's a beast, man. Especially in the long grass like we have right now, it's very hard to get your birdie here. Off the tee, you just want to push it straight as far as you can. It really is at a premium to stay in the fairway, but you also have to get distance if you want a birdie. So here I'm pretty happy with that. A little low, leaves me probably 450 feet to the pin or so. Tight ceiling. I'm taking my Gladiator, which is my flippier driver, trying to hit it with a lot of hyzer, get it to work up the flat on like a laser line. I didn't quite hit the low height I needed or the amount of hyzer, but it's up there for a long, probably 90-foot jumper. Busting out the deputy again, just trying to get some extra glide out of it, and I did that. Pushed it a little long, but got about 17 feet coming back. Made good on that one. Now, a lot of the baskets out here at Roy G, they have these bolts that are a little too long on them, and they don't allow the rings to slide up and let the chains get loose, so they kind of will stiff you off sometimes, so that's kind of what I'm checking out right there. Hole 6, par 3, 327 feet. This is one you definitely want to get when you're playing the longs, because it's kind of right there distance-wise for the pro field. I'm throwing my anchor here, overstable mid-range, just trying to make sure I give it the height. This one flashed just under the basket, pretty close. A 9-speed might have had a chance of skipping up in there, but I'm playing for the consistent birdie, so. Leaked that one right, but good thing it was low enough to just catch that basket. Hole 7, beautiful hole. Many people think of it as one of the signatures. You have 2 options off the tee, right side, left side. Most of your pros are going to take your left side, the flip of your disc, and just try to get it working left to right the entire way. You really just want to get as far as you can off the tee here, make that second shot a little more accessible. So here I pushed over to the right side, which is pretty ideal. I'd like to be maybe 50 feet farther, but I'll take this. Taking my recoil second shot, put a little too much hyzer, a little too much nose angle on that, leak it off to the right. If I hit that one flat though, I liked my power level. Here we are, right side on the rough, probably a 65, 70 footer. Once again, busting out the deputy, probably more than I'd like to in a typical round, but this time it was actually pretty close. Well, no birdie today, but cleaning up for the par. Never bad at Reggie, especially from the longs. Hole 8, par 3, 351. I'm kind of trying to throw the same shot I threw on hole 6, which plays slightly downhill so it doesn't play as long. I'm throwing my anchor again in the optoplastic, trying to hit this walking path and just slide up, but as you can see, the long grass kind of grabbed me, left me with another circle's edge tester range putt. Do my routine, take my time. And a big thing for me I've noticed is when I'm making putts well, I really am staring through my link on the chains the entire putt. Even after it's in the basket, I'm staring at it like it just tried to slap my mom or something. Just be mad at that link, stare at that thing. All right, hole 9, par 3, 372. You've got the flip up sidearm line, which is my preferred line. I think it kind of takes the danger out and gives you at least a solid look every time. There's also the turnover fairway, which is a little touchier. I'm pretty happy with where my shot ended up. Thought it was a little closer, but end up with another one of those tester range putts. And once again, low and right, but it was low enough to stick. All right, hole 10, start at the back 9, the harder of the 2 9s in my opinion, and probably most people's. Start off with our truest tunnel hole of the course, par 3, 370, slightly downhill. I'm reaching for my compass here and just trying to hit it hard and flat. Out of the hand, I was very happy with this. Ooh, thought I had a chance to go in, but maybe another day. A little low, tapping our birdie. 6 down through 10, pretty happy with this start so far. If I can just maintain, maybe grab a couple more on the backside, I'll be very happy. Hole 11, par 4, 777. Plays sneaky uphill. Normally this shot is something I'd be very happy with. I mean, I hit it clean, I hit it on the angle I wanted. I just forgot that I was throwing slightly uphill, so that's what happens. So I came up a little short. Reaching for my flippy opposite recoil here, just trying to throw a low flip up line. I get it a little flat and it just wants to work its way right, but luckily it finds that long grass and stays out on the edge of the fairway, so I can have something to work with. Here I'm taking my Justice, flexing it over a little bit, trying to bid this one in there. Flash just in front. Very happy with that one. Left with a 14, 15 footer for the cleanup par. Par on 11 is always solid. All right, hole 12, 335. It's a very sharp bend left. I'm throwing my stiletto to try to make sure I can work the disc over enough, as well as anytime you hit the ground on this hole, you want to try to skip as much as possible, especially with how long the grass is right now. As you can see, I pushed this one a little long and right. Left with it just outside the circle putt, probably about 35, 36 feet. Miss high, you know, if I'm going to choose to miss high or low, though, at least the high miss gives it a chance. So, I'm not too mad at that. Once again, take your time, stare that thing in there. knock it down. All right, hole 13, par 3, 368. I'm reaching for that compass again, and as you can see, my biggest issue typically when I'm not throwing great is I lose balance, and right there I definitely leaned back and got too tall too quick. Taking my opto compass, trying to just flick a little Annie out of the woods. Got a tight little gap to hit and just try to set it over. Threw it pretty well, maybe a little higher than I'd like. But we've got a 20-footer to clean up for par. Stay down, knock that one in there. Hole 14, one of my favorite holes, very challenging. Tight off the tee, and you have to work the disc left to right the entire way, but you can't dive it too far to the right, and you can't fade out to the left. I'm taking my Explorer, slightly beat up Explorer, just trying to hit it hard and flat and let it work to the right. And that is about as good as you can ask for. Second shot, you've got a tricky roller option which could park you to the pin, but it's also going to bring more danger in. You've also just got this huge sidearm. Just try to get as much distance as you can. I elect for that since, in my mind, I'm going to be at least taking a 4 off of a good sidearm. And this one I actually threw very well. I mean, can't ask for a ton more than that, but as you can see, I still got a 60, 65 footer left for the look at the birdie. Put it up. Ooh, he was a little unsure, but he got it to stick. Always going to need a couple circle twos at Roy G if you're trying to shoot a hot round, so always a good bonus to get. Hole 15, another tough par 4. Back to back, these two holes are probably the toughest stretch of the course. This one's 790. You really just need to push it straight as far as you can off the tee. Leaked this one a little high and got left because of that. At this point, my camera had went from 27% battery to 4% battery, and so I kind of started scrambling through the course and trying to finish as much as I could because I was on pace for my personal course record and was kind of upset that this video that I was going to shoot for YouTube may be missing a couple of the last holes, but alas, here we are trying to scramble through, make something happen. Flicking the Justice on my third shot. Flicks it over, flashes just in front, a little high, a little lower than might have had a chance at the chains. But 15 is another one of those holes where par plays just fine. 16, par 3, 405. You really want to hit a distance driver on a good amount of hyzer here. I was pretty happy with my release, but I was a little too flat. My body angle didn't match the hyzer angle I was trying to throw, and because of that I threw it flat and left myself with like a 100-footer. Trying to fling the deputy up there, don't quite get it there. But we've got a 17-footer to clean up. Time to hustle to the next hole, hole 17. Beautiful hole, awesome backdrop. Once again, you got the dual fairways. I usually elect for the sidearm because to me, it kind of takes the 4 out of play. And while I might not park it for the 2 nearly as often as I would with the backhand Explorer shot or something, I think the sidearm is going to give me a circle 2 look most of the time. Here we are, just chipping the Justice up, trying to get out of here with our par. 17, iconic green at Roy G. Always beautiful. Tapping our par. And on to the final hole. Hole 18, Roy G. 831. You really want to push it out as far as you can. A little bit of finish left maybe off the tee. I was really happy with this out of my hand, but this recoil beat up a little faster than I expected, and I don't know, that thing flipped a lot on me. Got to the right side. I'm going to have this look kind of leaning out of the mesquite trees. As you can see, they're nice and grabby, and they like to try to poke you. So I'm grabbing my hatchet here, which is just the flippiest disc I've found yet, and it's a really good get out of trouble disc, and putting down a roller. Landed that really well, but with this knee-high grass, it's hard to get too much action on the ground. So left with a little pitch up, throwing my harp for the first time of the round, which is kind of weird since I'm usually a big harp thrower. Chip it up. about 17 feet. Tap in for the par, and pretty happy with it.
Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you could do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment down below anything that you'd like to see me change, maybe videos you'd like to see in the future. And hope y'all stay safe, stay smart during these hard times. Try to find time to exercise, it's really good for the brain. And until next time, signing off.